Welcome back to West Texas View.
Welcome back to the West Texas View. I'm Johnny Lou Avery, and Terry Brown and Autumn Esparza are here to talk about the Commemorative Museum. And we've been talking about all of the facilities that are available for anybody in the Permian Basin to rent. And it just offers so many possibilities for up to 1,200 people. And there's not very many places that offer that kind of space. So tell us how we go about making the arrangements.
Well, all you have to do is to call me at 563-1000. That is the headquarters.
And it'll be on the
and they will, and I can come out there, show you everything that we have to offer. And then we sit down, we go over the rates, and you sign a contract, and it's yours. I mean, there's not a lot of, you come out and see, and once you get out there, you will be so pleasantly surprised on what we do have to offer. And we're already booking into 2011. So word is getting out there that what we have, and word of mouth is, as well as you know, is the best way to advertise anything.
And it's really important to have lead time. You can't just call and say, well, next month we want to do. I mean, you could if there was an opening, but you really need that kind for everybody to have time to prepare.
You do, because you know, our first concern is our airplanes that are in our hangar. So we do have to find another home for them once a hangar is being rented. So, of course, they're always our first concern.
But you can have a band, you can have a dance floor, you can have food, you can have receptions,
Absolutely.
weddings, just all kinds of things.
We've had receptions, high school proms, ROTC balls. We've had rehearsal dinners, family reunions. We've had a little bit of every avenue out there.
Well, whose vision, what made you plan that Bush Center? Because I've not been to that. I've been to the other hangar. I've had events in other hangars.
Well, the main thing was to honor, there's 82 Texas Medal of Honor from the state of Texas that got the Medal of Honor. And that we wanted a place to house it, and what better place to do that. And inside of it is a large bronze statue of George O'Brien, one of our Texas Medal of Honorees. And we just, in fact, the O'Brien Hall, where the reception hall is named after George O'Brien. And we wanted some place to house more airplanes. It has the Texas Department of Transportation. Some of automobiles are in our hangar. But the main thing was somewhere to honor our Texas Medal of Honor winners. And recipients are not winners, they're recipients. And it just went from there. After it got finished, we saw, well, you know, this is such a wonderful place. We need to share this with Odessa and Midland, that they can come out and have access to this place to use for different events. And it just grew from there.
And then it's almost like a concentric circle. It's just getting bigger and bigger.
Getting bigger, yes,
Crane
ma'am.
and Seminole and Sanderson and everywhere else hears about it, and they begin to contact you. Well, Autumn, I wanted you to talk a little bit about, because Stephen talked about the units all over the United States. And so I'm assuming that sometimes a unit comes in here and has some kind of reunion or something, and that maybe they'll come from Dallas and bring all of their people here. But is a unit in Dallas a member of the larger Commemorative Air Force? So
Absolutely.
everybody that's in any of those 57 units around the country, or the international units, are members of that. And you said that they pay a $200 a year
Yes, ma'am. $200 dues.
Which is less than $20 a month.
Absolutely.
And then for that they get access to the magazine, all the information. Do they get discounted tickets to the air shows? Or
Actually, our members across the country, in order to be a part of a unit, you have to be a full member of the CAF, which means you have to be a colonel or a life member. And then once you become a member of that unit, then you get to have firsthand you're there, you're working with the history, whether it's actually working on the planes or helping to put together a flyer or just hanging out at the hangar with the other guys and ladies there and just having that camaraderie. Every once in a while, we do have some of our units that come here and have events in our buildings. The West Texas Wing last year had their annual meeting in December, where all of their members came out here, and they're spread across Texas mostly.
So it's like a fly-in.
Absolutely. We do have some of our planes come in. Some people just drive out here, fly in, and they have their meetings here. We do have some units that are located here in Midland, Odessa. There's one in Odessa called the Desert Squadron. And in Midland, it's actually located in the Commemorative Center, is the High Sky Wing. And, those members come together. The High Sky Wing and the Desert Squadron both has aircraft that they maintain and work on. And they're very active squadrons and wings and very important to this part of the community and to the CAF here locally. They help out a lot around headquarters and with events and things like that. So we're very lucky to have those volunteers so close by. But to be a member of a unit is really important, in membership. That gets you an opportunity to meet other people who have that same, emotion and the same feelings about the aircraft and what we do. You get a magazine monthly, which we mentioned earlier. It's called Dispatch. It's a beautiful magazine. It's full color.
I know.
We really, we're really very excited about that magazine, and our members really enjoy getting that and keeping up to date. We have stories in there about important people from, conflicts from World War II and things like that. We also have stories about our members and our aircraft and, interesting things. It's not just, what's going on at the CAF headquarters on Monday. There's some great stuff in there. We also do
and you meet
have
heroes.
benefits.
You meet real heroes.
You do, absolutely.